Matt Peiken here with the Wake Up Podcast, and I have a confession to make. I don't live in your city. I produce this newscast from all the credible sources of journalism and the reporters who make up your local media landscape. I try to get the names of people and places right, but once in a while, I'll mispronounce something. So I want you to set me straight so I don't repeat the mistake. If you hear anything amiss or just want to send feedback on the show, email me at editor@wakeupthenews.org. All right, on with the news. Wake up, Cincinnati. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for tuning into your local newscast for Thursday, March 12th. During his first visit to the Cincinnati area of his second presidential term, Donald Trump toured Thermo Fisher Scientific in Reading yesterday afternoon, speaking for less than 10 minutes before moving on to his final stop in Hebron, Kentucky. He talked up his new prescription drug program and addressed the war he started in Iran, calling the military operation there an excursion and claiming the strikes ended, quote, 47 bad years under the Iranian regime. Trump toured the facility with company leaders and Dr. Mehmet Oz, then posed for photos with employees. Read more about this in the Inquirer. A Franklin County magistrate judge has blocked Ohio's plan to use money from its unclaimed property fund to help pay for sports stadium projects. The ruling could affect Hamilton County's request for $234 million to renovate Paycor Stadium. Magistrate Jennifer Hunt issued a preliminary injunction, finding a new state law likely violates Ohio's constitution by allowing up to $1 billion in unclaimed funds to be transferred. She wrote the law, quote, constitutes a taking under the Takings Clause and fails to require notice to property owners. The state can appeal. Read more about this in the Business Courier. A Little Miami school board member has resigned following controversy over social media posts and a recent board dispute. Dan Smith stepped down weeks after voting to remove a classroom poster reading, "Hate has no home here." In his resignation letter, he said some of his posts were, quote, wrong, inaccurate, and written without the care and thought that someone serving in public office should exercise. He added, quote, I regret the offense and concern they have caused, and said he rejects anti-Semitism and hatred. The board says the posts raised serious concerns and accepted his resignation immediately. You can read more about this at WCPO. Demand for summer jobs among Cincinnati teenagers far exceeds available spots. More than 1,000 teens applied for the city jobs last year, but only 6% were hired. The Cincinnati Recreation Commission plans to hire 250 teens this summer through its Youth to Work program, with more than 600 applications already submitted. The program relies on federal community development block grants, but officials say funding has declined and often arrives late, making planning difficult. Council member Anna Albee says youth jobs are a key part of the city's summer safety strategy. Read more about this at WVXU. And the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra is launching a new fellowship aimed at helping early career musicians bridge the gap between conservatory training and winning a job in a major orchestra. Leaders say auditions are highly competitive and travel and preparation costs can be a barrier. The new CSO Resident Fellowship will provide 9 months of paid full-time performance experience, plus benefits and financial support for auditions. 26-year-old cellist Oshin Manukyan is the inaugural fellow, starting in the 2026-27 season. The orchestra says 101 musicians applied for one fellowship. Read more about this in the Business Courier. Our free newsletter is a quick local news digest, essentially this newscast in written form. Subscribe at wakeupcincy.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at wakeupcincy. And please share this podcast with your friends who care about this city. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for starting your weekdays with Wake Up Cincinnati.